Hi everyone and welcome to Topic Talks, a podcast where we explore some of the exciting things we have been learning about at Sunnyview School. I'm your host, Miss Tollitt, and this week I am joined by some enthusiastic members of Sunnyview.
Maxim, Rocío,
and
Manuela.
Today we are going to be discussing a very exciting topic with our online audience. The experience of sound. The experience of sound. Here are some of the different ideas that we will be covering today. Part 1 will be what is the science of sound and some of the projects that we've been covering at Sunnyview School. Part 2 is all about how sounds can impact how we feel, like our emotions and things that happen in our life. And part 3, as always, will be our quick fire questions. So, let's get started. What is the science of sound? What have we been learning about in school about sound?
We have been learning how could we hear by the this volumes and the sound tones.
We've been learning about that. I mean, taking it even further back, we literally learned about
the ears.
Ears. I think that's where we started.
Yes.
Yeah, we did the parts
like
of
how
the
the
ear.
ears were built.
What's so unique about the human ear, Maxim?
Just looks from the outside, it looks like there's just 2 parts, but from the inside there's 20 parts of it.
Yeah, from the outside it looks quite simple, doesn't it? But we've figured out from our projects how many different layers there are and how important it is to look after the ears as well, right? Rocío, can you tell me about why it's so important to keep this part safe?
Because, for example, if we don't keep it safe, we cannot hear, and it could be a big problem.
It could, couldn't it? And we even did that lesson talking about protecting the ears and not putting things inside. Yes. What's that really important part inside the ear called that kind of...
It's the eardrum.
Well done, Manuela. Tell me about the eardrum.
They when the sounds go through the ear, it's like a cycle. So when it gets to the eardrum sends signals to the brain, and it's really interesting because some people don't know that the brain and the ears are connected, and it's really
I mean, you don't think they are, really, do you?
No.
The ear and the brain, but when you think about it, when we do hear something, the brain has to decide what it is that we're hearing.
Really smart.
Yeah, it's really interesting. And the eardrum takes the vibration, processes all of it so that we know what we can hear and what's going on. Cool. So let's have a little think about some of the projects we've been doing. So we looked at the parts of the ear, protecting the ear, all very important. How sound travels. Do you remember when we did the lesson that was very noisy?
Yes.
And we had all sorts of different noise equipment going on in the room.
Yes.
Can you tell me a bit about that lesson? Let's go with Rocío.
We were looking at very different sounds of different instruments, and we were listening and hearing how their noises are different and unique.
Yeah, that's a really good way of describing it. I seem to remember we had instruments, we had triangles, drums.
We had one that was Miss Elliott's favorite, that she had it was a colourful, we called it, I think it was the rain, and we turned
and you spin it round and it sounds like a storm. Yeah, that was a really interesting vibration that it created. That's a good memory. I'm trying to think. I know there was loads. We had the rain. We had the instruments you could turn.
We had the sticks that we got on the table.
Yeah, do you remember those different coloured sticks? And when you hit them, each one has a different pitch. So
the guitars
and the ukulele.
Yeah, we had a ukulele as well, didn't we? Some of you kind of knew how to play that. So yeah, that was a really good way to sort of start exploring all the different sounds that we could make. And yeah, it was really interesting. Okay, right. What about Maxim? Can you tell us about? Do you remember the sound circle activity that we did?
Yes.
Yeah,
tell the audience as if they don't understand what happened.
So we were in a circle, and then one person will touch the other person gently, and then the other person would touch the person on the right, and it will go all around until it touches the person who started it. And then for the second time we did it, so it goes in 2 sides, and then the person on the opposite side also bounces it so it goes like in an oval shape.
Yeah, really good memory. We were passing the sound along basically.
Yeah, and the first one you just did a line.
Yeah, and we managed to master that pretty quickly, right?
Yes.
Can anyone remember what we were representing? Like, what is the type? It's like a sound something that we were being. A sound
Particles.
Thank you, all of you. We were sound particles, and we were basically sending, because we know that when we make a sound, it travels. We can't really see it. It's it's difficult. But
It's like the air.
it's just like it goes through the air. But we know that as we make the sound, it travels through the air, it pushes the particles together, and then it reaches our ear.
Yes.
But all of that happens without us seeing it. So
It's a beat.
yeah, and making
Like-
that class example was quite useful, I feel. Yeah, it's stuck in
Yes.
my mind. Did you enjoy it, Rocío?
Yes.
Yeah, it was good, right?
Yeah.
That was a really good activity. And then another one that we did.
I remember another one that was like we had a box and Miss T put a song and she put the phone in the box and then we had to have like big we had foam, I think it was. Then we had some and we had to put them and we're in our seats and we had to listen to see if they protect the sounds and all that.
Yeah, there's a word you're looking for, and I'll help you in a second with that. But basically, we were taking the sound, and then we were seeing what it could travel through, right? And some things it traveled through more effectively, and some things less effectively. Rocío, can you remember some of the materials that were quite good at keeping the sound in?
Yes, for example, the foam and the I don't know how it is called, but the metallic paper.
The tin foil.
Yes, the tin foil.
Good memory, yes. We used the tin foil, we used the foam.
The
The card. And then we made an ultimate one at the end with it all, right?
Yes.
And then
we
put
could hear it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we could still hear it a tiny bit, but we were helping to take the sound. Can anyone remember what it's called when we, when we protect the sound? It's when we are insulator. You're very good at this. You're insulating the sound, so you're basically taking the loud noise and you're helping to protect, so we can't hear as much.
Yes.
And that connects back with when we protect our ears, because what do those headphones do, Maxim? What is it?
They insulate like the sound.
Yeah, and why might you need to wear one of those if you were at like a concert or?
Because sometimes most of the time at concerts it's like very loud and it might damage your ears, and if it does then there's no way back.
Yeah, and
It's not like you can just put something in your ear and that's it. It will make your ear go back to normal.
that's right. Things like your adult teeth, your eyes, your ears, like
They're really important.
really super important. We've got to look after them. And like Maxim was saying, when you go to a concert, it is loud, and especially even for children, because your ears are even more sensitive than mine. Mine are developed, I guess, but yours are still developing. So it's even more important to reduce the amount of loud noise that goes in. Do you remember that lesson we did, the examples? It was like aeroplanes and gunshot and all the different sounds.
Oh, yeah.
Rocío, what can you remember from that? I remember it being really interesting.
I remember like we did there was the loudest noise and the quietest noise.
What was the really quiet one? I can't remember.
I think it was
Probably like a bug or something. And then the loud ones were like things like aeroplane engines and was it trains and concerts? Yeah, and I feel like there was
the loudest one was the gunshot.
well, yeah. I mean, you don't want that next to your ear, do you? No. I remember there being like a safety guideline for when you listen to music as a child. I think I remember the numbers, but can anyone else remember them? It was something like 60% volume.
Yeah.
And then
it was 60% volume.
and take a break every
week, maybe.
hour. I think Manuela, we're not sitting listening to our music for a week long. I think it was something like take a break every hour, and the volume needs to be, I think it was something like less than 60.
Yes.
Yeah. And there is, some devices have like a child safe mode that you can put on so that you're not blasting your ears and destroying your eardrums before you're even an adult.
It said like some people use like some music like on the behind the the cushion so they relax.
Yes,
Sleeping and the raining and all
Oh,
that.
actually, do you know what? I feel like I'm going to take that one and just because we'll go on part 2 soon because that connects with, sounds that can help us to sleep, which I know we've got coming up shortly. The final project I wanted to mention before we move on, though, was the guitar project.
Oh, that was so cool.
It was really cute, right?
It was so cool.
Yes.
Rocío, tell me about the guitar project.
The guitar project is that we have to get a cereal box.
Mm-hmm.
We do like a circle, then we put like elastic bands, then we put like a stick, and then we play it, and it looks like each one has like very different sounds. And
What was the difference between like the thicker strings and the thinner? Do you remember, Maxim?
and that the thinner strings were like quieter.
Yeah, or slightly more high pitch, like a quiet, like
Yeah.
a ding, 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 and then
They're
the
like quieter but higher pitch, and the thicker ones were how do you call it?
yes, you're right.
They were like low pitch,
Yes.
but they were loud.
Good boy, well done. Gosh, I find that hard to get in the right order sometimes. But yeah, those bigger strings, they had more of a dung, dung, dung.
Yeah.
And then the higher ones were like ding, ding, ding. It was a really cool little project to work on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I remember another one that was really cool, that we had a bowl, and inside it we had like a, how are they called?
I can help.
Yeah, it's like when we did the rice thing.
Oh, yeah,
We
this was fun.
Yeah.
We had the sound and then the rice was bouncing.
Yes.
But why was the rice bouncing?
Because the pitch of the volume.
The sound was so loud that the plastic went boom, boom,
Yeah, it
boom,
was
and it looked like if they were dancing.
It didn't look like the rice was dancing. It was
It was so
creating
cute.
such a loud noise that it was vibrating and making the rice. And that's a really good reminder that vibration exists in sound, because if you see that, there's no denying it, right? We can see that rice is moving. I'd love to see a giant one with like loads of rice and a really big dancing like.
Yes, and I think in one we had a sheet that we were seeing vibrations, and then we had to write what was our favorite vibration instrument. It was
Gosh,
really
your memories
cool.
are fabulous, and we have had a really cool time with this. I feel like some of the projects have been really inspiring.
Yes.
Let's take this time then to go on to part 2, which is slightly different, still using the same ideas from part 1. However, how sounds can impact how we feel. So I've got some notes here we can go to if we need them, but what are some things that sounds can do to us as humans? How can they impact us? Go on, Maxim.
The like whale sounds, they can like help make you feel like sleepy, and make a lot of people will listen to whale sounds to like sleep a little quicker.
Yeah.
I always feel like when I start sleeping, I start sleeping like an hour.
Yeah, I've heard about all sorts for sleep, things like you say, the whale sounds, the
Rain.
ocean, rain, storms,
Yes, and
the forest.
when you're like stressed up, like some people put like the owl and all that.
Yeah, like
and the
nature
beep,
sounds.
beep.
Yeah, or
It's
the
a
sound
bit-
of the ocean, like the waves, can be
Yeah.
quite relaxing. I mean, different things make different people relax. You might want to relax to your really heavy metal music, like that. But somebody might find that really relaxing. They get their energy out. They do some singing. They play their instrument. Everybody's different. A sound that relaxes one person might stress another person out.
Yes.
Yeah, like some music that you guys love, your parents might find really stressful, or the other way around. So sound can be individual for each person.
Like when you're feeling sad, someone comes and says something good to you. That's a emotional feeling because it makes you happy.
You're so right, and that can make us feel really good.
Yeah.
What are some sounds then, Rocío, that you would associate with feeling quite excited or happy? What are some like happy sounds?
For example, when it's your birthday and you hear the people you love singing to you happy birthday.
Isn't that one of the
to you.
nicest sounds in the world? Because it's like that's your special moment, and like you've got even like the smells of the candle, the smell of the cake, the smiles of the people. It's very sensory. That is a really happy moment. You get to have that like every year, I suppose.
Yes.
What a lovely idea. Maxim, what's a happy sound for you? Might be completely different, and that's okay.
I like funk.
Yeah, like music that's really upbeat.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Like happy.
Just getting all your energy out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people, like, if they're feeling sad, they listen to sad music and they just embrace the emotion. They're like, I'm having a sad day. I'm going to put my sad song on. I'm going to have a little cry. I'm going to get it, just get the emotion out. But some people do the opposite. They're like, okay, I've had a sad day. I'm going to put my really happy music on and I'm going to get myself back. Like, everybody is so different with the reactions they have, right?
Yeah, I like it when it's Christmas and you see the presents and you go like, Mom, the presents are here. And you go running onto the present.
That is a happy sound. I actually feel like as soon as I hear like Christmas music, I start to feel really cozy.
Yeah, it's like,
you hear the bells and the
hot chocolate. That's just...
Gosh, yeah. I mean, the first sounds of a season can make you feel really... and then by the end, you're so sick of them. So, like the Christmas songs, they start and you love them. And then by the end of December, you're like, please.
You put them and then you're tired of them.
And then you don't want to hear them again for a year, which is probably why we do it once a year and not 4 times a year. Love that. Okay, let's check back in. So we've got rain and how that can make people feel, sounds that make us sleep, or spa music.
Spooky too.
Well, that's the next one. Let's go on that, Manuela. Tell us about sounds that can make us feel more scared.
Like when you're in Halloween, some people like in the school, like they make like labyrinth that people like all people that are like spooky things, they go in and it's like people like make spooky noises and they're like the faces and it's all a bit.
Well, the thing is, we're like, why do we scare ourselves? As humans, it's kind of good to feel scared sometimes, especially when we are safe. That's why we do things like go on a roller coaster, watch a scary movie, because actually we are safe. Like, the movie's not going to get you and the roller coaster is safe. They are mechanically very, very safe. So sometimes it's good to give ourselves like a little bit of a spooky feeling because it can make us stronger. So, when we go on these like spooky walks through the school, it is scary, but it's nice because you're safe in the school, obviously. And some of the sounds you might hear, what are the sort of things like you've mentioned
it could be like a spooky, the storm, some people, and the lightning.
So storms, lightning.
And then like when you're like most of the time with my brother, when I'm like walking to my room to like do my chores, my brother was like, boo.
Boo,
and it scares me so much.
I scare my sister.
Why do we do that to each other?
One time I scared my mom so much. My mom got so scared, she ran to her room and closed the door.
Your poor mother, Maxim.
I felt so bad for her.
Well, again, it's like, it's gentle scaring because we know we're safe. You're not going around doing it to random people, these are your family. But, some sounds we do associate.
Some babies do.
Yeah, well, that's a whole different world. What about, I've got down here, creaky doors, wolves.
Yeah, like when the door does...
Like a creaky door.
Yeah, that's
what about
annoying.
Sometimes giggling and laughing can make us go like, ooh, it's a bit creepy, right?
Yes.
Anything else, Rocío? What if you're in like a haunted house? Like, what kind of sounds?
For example, you might hear a ghost going woo.
Ooh, yeah, that always makes get like the goosebumps.
Oh yes.
And sounds can give us a physical reaction. If we hear something that's like making us feel uncomfortable, we feel like nervous in our bodies.
And your hairs stand like up straight, but normally they go like they just bend and they like touch your skin.
Isn't it weird when that happens?
Yeah, it's really...
And then they go directly up.
Yeah, they do. I always get goosebumps on my arms if it's like, in the talent show, if it's like an amazing dance or an amazing song.
You're cold, sometimes it goes up and you're like... Mm-hmm. And sometimes you have like little bumps in your... When you're scared or something, you have little
goosebumps, we call them. I don't know why we call them that. But we do.
And it can happen like when creaky sounds, like when you have a big bug and you step on it and it makes it's like
in fact we have a section later that's about like annoying and terrible sounds, so we'll come back to that as well because we're coming to that. What about then, I'm going to try and cover these. We are doing well. I'm going to say I'd like us to check in on music and sound effects. How do we use things like that in like movies, in theatre? How do we use that kind of thing to bring things alive? Go on, Rocío.
We use that so the movie like it's like more interesting. And for example, if it is a spooky movie, if there's no music and and there's just like a ghost, it's not going to be so interesting. But if it's the music, you are like, ooh,
Adding like creepy sounds over the top.
and you are like, what is going to happen? And your heart goes like boom, 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 boom.
Oh gosh, yeah, the heartbeats.
effects and all that. Because if you just have like Rocío said, a ghost, and like it doesn't have any sound, it's boring.
You need to layer them up, right? Go on, Maxim.
Yeah, and sometimes like also sound like gives you like the feeling of like something's gonna happen. Like it moves, like in scary movie or something. The sound like gets louder, louder, and louder.
Yeah.
And then you have a feeling that something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And sometimes they do that to trick you.
But they don't do nothing.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Do you know what?
Or
I actually
sometimes-
feel like sometimes the build-up is scarier than what actually happens.
Yes.
Like the part where it builds up and it makes your heart go and you're like, something's about to happen. That feeling for me is scarier than normally whatever happens. Because it builds you up, doesn't it? It creates tension.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm getting a bit nervous
It
now.
makes you feel like something's gonna happen.
Yeah,
You have to, because you have to lay out the effect, because then anybody's gonna see it. Like, it's boring if you don't have effects. And
Or if you took like a scary movie and you took all the sound effects away and you put a silly song over the top, like it wouldn't even be scary at all. It would totally change it, right?
Or maybe they can make like a silly, like a film that is like, but like ghost and all that. But then it has like silly songs, and it's like a bit weird.
It would just be an interesting thing to see, wouldn't it? And what about taking like a really silly, funny, like a video clip of someone falling on a banana, but put scary music over the top? Would it suddenly make that scary? You know, like, I think that music has a huge impact on how we feel.
Yes.
Like, you know, if we came in this room and Miss Jess had really scary music playing, it would make us uncomfortable. Like, it can really impact the human body quite a lot. I think that's why it's been so cool to learn about sound, because we are so affected by it.
Yes, so like if we're in our house and we feel sad, we might put like sad and bad noises. Or maybe if we're feeling happy and it's our birthday, we be like emotional and really like.
Yeah.
Yes, like
I always think if you watch something that's a little spooky or a little scary and you get yourself into a bit of a funny way, I always like to put something really silly on after.
Yes,
You know, like a silly, like a cartoon or something really playful, like a SpongeBob.
There's like-
bring me back to something more joyful. Like I can't go to bed feeling spooky. I have to go back to.
there's musics that are like really like not really happy music, like the opposite of it, and it's like it really has a high volume and all that, and it makes you like happy and all that. Sometimes it happens that to people, and it's a bit weird because it's like a bad and that song, and it's.
Well, I noticed the other day when we were doing our recordings of the songs, and I noticed we were singing the "Don't Stop Believing" song, the "Don't Stop."
Absorbing,
yeah, but you know, the original. And I noticed when we were singing it and recording it, I think it was Lorenzo looked over at me and he had like a really big smile on his face and he looked really happy. And I think when you sing in a group and you get the song just right, it creates this feeling of like energy. It's like everybody feels so good. Like singing in a group can be really powerful.
And it makes it feels like very harmonic.
Oh yes, harmonic is a beautiful word to use. It can create a lot of people cry sometimes if you.
You're from happiness.
They do. I am guilty of crying in talent shows before, because sometimes when people sing those songs and do dances, I just.
Yes, you cried with Matthew, was it? Or Lila?
I did. I cried when Matthew sang. I cry every year when Lila sings a song. She could just sing 2 lines of a song and I would just cry. I don't know what it is. Like I feel.
She has a really beautiful voice.
And I'm not sad. Like I just feel inspired, and it creates tears. I don't know why. Like. Yeah.
Yeah, or like when you win something, like you're in a competition, you win a massive trophy. Like sometimes the winner like starts crying from happiness.
Yeah.
Because they're so happy that they won it.
Yeah.
And they want to like show everybody how they did like the trophy.
Yeah, it's funny that, and again it links back to our emotions topic where like everything is connected, you know?
Yeah, like some boys in Miss George's class, like when it said in the song Strangers, like everybody was shouting, they couldn't stop shouting.
They just got that energy out.
Yeah, and like it's really emotional, so they got that energy out and they just shouted out.
Aww. Well, I thought it was really fun, and I like that we're combining this sound topic with, the singing and the performance, because it all connects together, I feel. Okay, let me just check in. Right, I think what I would like to do now is move over to quickfire questions, because I know you guys want some time for your shout-outs.
Yes.
So we're going to do this part, and this part is a little faster. So just to wake our brains up, can you tell me a colour that you like?
Green.
Light green.
Oh, okay.
Light blue.
Okay. I also really like light green. That's one of my favourite colours, so I'm going to go with that one too. What is a food that you enjoy eating?
Pasta. Pizza.
Pizza.
A double pizza. I had a burger last night and it was delicious. There you go. That's mine for the day. Okay, final quick fire one before we go into the sound ones. What is a place that you like to visit?
Venezia.
Okay, lovely. There's some good food there, right?
Yes,
Is
very
paella is famous there?
No.
I will double check that one.
Like ice cream and pizza.
Where did you say?
Ice cream and pizza.
Where was your place, sorry?
Venezia.
Oh, Venice.
Ah, yes, Venice.
Of course. I thought you said Valencia, and I was like, yes, that's paella. No, I see.
No.
Venice in Italy.
Yes.
Okay, fabulous. Okay, got it. I'll come back to you.
My bed.
Your bed, your safe place, your cozy place.
I like it. I like when I sleep.
Your place of relaxation.
Italy.
Italy, Italy is a fabulous one. I might even join on that because I've got friends in Italy, so we're very inspired by Italy today.
Misty, did you go did you go to New York?
I have never been to New
I
York.
want to be there too.
Should we go?
Yes.
Should we go right now?
No, we can't.
We can. They won't mind. I'll check with the office. Will say it's fine. We'll get a lift to the airport. It'll be fabulous.
Okay.
Okay. I would love to go to New York.
I would.
Okay. We'll make it happen. Right. Now I'm going to go on to the ones that connect with sound. Okay. So first one. If you could listen to one sound for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Anyone want to go first? Maxim.
No sound.
You just have silence. Wow. Okay. I did not expect that, Maxim. You would just be peaceful and silent.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds lonely and peaceful. Rocío, what's a sound you would listen to for the rest of your life?
I will.
Do you want us to come back to you?
Yes.
Manuela.
My favorite song.
Oh, do you have a favourite at the moment?
Yes.
Do you want to share it?
Okay.
You don't have to, but you can if you like.
It's A Million Dreams.
Oh, I love that song. Oh, don't, you'll make me cry. You know what I'm like?
My mom like it. She's really tired of me singing it in my house.
I love that song. I think I actually used to listen to that song all the time because I used to have it in the morning, like all the time.
I love it.
It's a
so
beautiful,
nice.
isn't it a beautiful song?
Yes, and the film is so nice too.
Yes, it's very, very good. And all the music's incredible. Okay, good choice. Rocío, did you think of anything?
Yes.
Yes.
This is like very like a little bit sad, but it also like makes me like happy.
Mm-hmm.
Like two things. I would hear like the noises that the dog I had when I was like 4 years old that he did, because when he was 8 he died because he was like sick, and he was like a very nice dog. He was like a bulldog.
That is such a sweet one. So you're saying you'd love the memory
Yes.
of an animal. I was going to say the sound of cats purring because I love, obviously,
My
animal.
hamsters.
It's such a nice one to imagine, a memory, like the voice of someone that you cared about, or like, oh, that's so nice. What a lovely answer. Okay, now let's go completely the opposite. What is the most annoying sound you have ever heard?
Okay.
Anyone got one to go for? Go on, Maxim.
My hamster when he screams.
Your hamster screaming. Yeah, we've discussed this screaming hamster before. I don't think
Yes,
I've ever
the other day,
heard a
Maxim.
hamster scream.
Maybe when they do. Yes, they
screaming
do.
at me.
They
And when
do.
does your hamster scream?
When I have to wash his cage,
Oh my.
and I take him out of bed, he's like, he's still screaming at me.
Gosh, and is it really quite loud?
Yeah, it is.
And does it hurt your ears?
No.
You don't mind?
But then he bites me.
Okay, lovely. So the sound of a hamster screaming and biting. If that was just playing in your ear all the time, that would drive you crazy. Good one. Anyone else got a really annoying sound for me? Rocío.
I have two very annoying sounds.
Go.
One, when my little cousin starts to cry for everything.
Oh dear, how old are they?
She's like 4 years old and she screams all the time. And also, I don't like when Harry, the Chihuahua that I have right now, barks, because his speech is like very high and it sounds very horrible, and it goes my heart go boom 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 boom, and he doesn't let me hear and like the movies and things that I see on
so
the
you've got
TV.
Loud animals, lots of loud animals. Okay, good one. I like that. Manuela, give me an annoying noise.
When my sister screams because I have a toy and she wants it, and like she screams.
Why are all these little
And
ones
she
screaming? Why do they do this?
And then when my dad puts his songs, he's like a bit like annoying, because he's like the boys that like do the music they sing like flamenco, and it's a bit.
So you've got a different taste in sound, and sometimes his sounds are annoying to you.
Yes.
Okay, lovely. That's fine. That's fair. I'm going to go with, the sound of when we've moved the tables in the classroom and we have to put them back.
And the chairs.
Yeah, so like, when we're doing like show practice and we move the tables, that sound, it's just...
And when we're stuck in the chairs.
Oh, stacking the chairs is annoying as well, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, these sounds, we have to accept them, but it is a really annoying sound.
If only the chairs were fluffy.
Yes, we need fluffy chairs.
Yes.
That is...
we can put there's like a soft thingy that we put underneath the chairs that when you pass them, it's like, it doesn't make any noise.
Are you saying that would insulate the sound?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Good connection. I would like that. It would make it a lot easier, wouldn't it, if we had
Yes.
some sound protection. I've never even thought of that as an option, but we could maybe put it under the tables or...
Yes, and I've got another idea of sound, like when we go underneath the pools and all that, there's like people do like this and it makes some
Oh, it's when you're
sounds.
underwater you hear less.
Yes, and like when some people put like some things on their ears so they don't have water in the ears, so that talks about protection of the ears, because if some water goes in your ear and gets to the eardrum, it could be a bit dangerous.
That is so true. Maybe we could fill our classroom with water and then it would be lovely and quiet when we put the chairs away. These are all fabulous suggestions, and now I can think of all these beautiful sounds and all of these very annoying sounds. Now, looking at timing, I am going to move us on to the shout-outs, because I know this part is important for you guys. You made that very clear in our planning process. So for this part, you are going to be looking into the lens and you're going to be doing a shout out to someone. Could be someone for doing something kind or caring, or just for being a friend. And it can be anyone in the school, at home, literally anyone that you want it to be. So is there anyone who would feel confident going first?
Me.
Manuela. So your camera is just over here. You look into the lens of the camera and then you can do your shout out whenever you are ready.
My family and Sophie.
Tell me why.
Because Sophie wanted to be the podcaster and she's always with Rocío, and like it's a bit unfair for her, but maybe next year she gets to do it. And my family, because I'm really like proud that I'm being with a really cozy and family.
They're so sweet, your family, aren't they? They really look after you.
Yes.
They do lots of lovely things for you.
Yes.
That is a lovely shout out. And I know that Sophie would be fabulous in a podcast. Yeah. And it is strange not having her next to Rocío, of course. But I'm sure there will be an opportunity for her to try at some point. So,
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Who else would like to go? Do you want to go next? Yes? Right. Your camera is the same as Manuela's. So look into the lens and you can do your shout outs.
I want to give a shout out for Sophie, my best friend, my other friends, and all of my family, because all of they care a lot about me and they are always by my side.
That is the sweetest shout out. How kind of you, Rocío. Maxim, would you like to do yours? We're over here. That's our camera, so right into that lens.
I want to do a shout out to my family, Roman and Leon, because all of them care about me, and Roman and Leon, they always cheer me up when I'm sad and when I have nothing to do. They always They always like do something with me and like make me so I'm not always just bored out of my mind. So I'm.
They're very entertaining friends.
Yeah.
That's a really nice.
And my
shout.
family was they're always caring. They're always caring and they always help me when something's wrong. And when I'm sad, they always cheer me up as well.
We've got a very supportive community, haven't we?
Yes.
Okay, mine. I'm going to say my shout out this week is for my class 4V because...
Thank you.
You're welcome. Because choosing for the podcast is always difficult. And normally I can have other teachers help me out. But for this one, I didn't have any help, obviously. It was just me. And choosing was one of the hardest things ever. I actually spent a really long time going through the list. Anyone in 4V would be fabulous at this. And we have a really sweet class, don't we? Very supportive, very hardworking, and you're all amazing. So have a good day, 4V. I hope we can listen to this podcast with 4V.
Yes.
We should do,
yes,
really.
Yes. Yes.
Right then. Gosh, I feel like we've come to the end of our podcast. How are you feeling?
Really good.
Yeah?
Yes, I feel like nice and like very excited and lots of feelings.
You've got all the emotions going
Yeah.
on. I always say by the end of the podcast, there's no nerves left.
No,
Like,
because we shared all our imaginations with all the people that you choose for the podcast, and it's really like now you shared all what you wanted to share with the sound, and it's really good.
it's such a cool experience, isn't it? And obviously, once you've done a podcast, you're kind of forever like you have this memory. And it's like a cool thing to have. Have you enjoyed it, Maxim?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been really good. We'd love to do one again sometime, maybe.
Yes.
Right, well done, team. We're done.